Atari Blend, happy birthday. Oh shit, I'm live. What's up, guys? Hey, it's me. I'm here live in effects and ready to stream for all you guys. Oh, there is a mega delay. I need to not look at the video. The video. All right, guys, the plugin is insane, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm here to talk about KSHMR Reverb. It is the latest plugin, uh, and it is all the rage. David Guetta loves it, Hardwell loves it, and most importantly, my dear fans, you guys, you love it as far as I could tell. And that means the world to me. You know, I made this plugin to save a bunch of time because I had all these effects that I would do that would take a lot of time to set up. And and yeah, it just now you just twist a knob. Like this single effect right here would have taken me, you know, like 45 seconds to set up. This would have taken me a minute to set up, and now it's just a single knob. So yeah, I figured I could just make something from scratch from you guys. But first, if there's any questions that you have, I'll just kind of take a look at the chat. Um, this is not a question, but I would like you to put on Ready to Love. Okay. Maybe. I'll see if there's a your plugin must have is a must-have time saver and the quality is so good. Yo, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Make an easy to understand tutorial, brother. All right, that's what I'm gonna do here today. So just stay with me, and I'm gonna make a tutorial that is so freaking easy, even you could understand it. All right. Hello world, you are the best DJ in the world. Sorry to ask when you're coming to Finland. Man, I hope so. Finland sounds nice. Ooh, listen to that nice reverb, guys. Just play a little song. What should we do here? A little. A little Frank Sinatra for you one time. Does it take a lot of processing power? You know what? It does take a little bit of processing power. That's something that I think we should work on as we move forward, is making it take less processing power. Absolutely. How's the sound compared to Valhalla? You know, they're different. I actually personally find that Valhalla is like a little bright and overly wide. Like the reverb always sounds disconnected from the sound. And I'm really proud that with KSHMR Reverb, it always sounds like an extension of the sound to me. I don't know if that's just in my head, but that's a personal opinion. There are other reverbs that, like EOS, that I'm a big fan of. You know, Valhalla is just like, it became the reverb. And I think people have got to be careful with Valhalla because it has a very particular sound. That's all I'm going to say. I love Valhalla, don't get me wrong. What's up, bro? Me tikum, me studio me hum. Um, yeah, fly me to the moon, exactly. All right, so guys, I'm just gonna like do a brief little demo, and I'll show you how I might do like chords real quick and a melody. And I'm feeling lazy, so I'm just gonna draw in. And these are some of my favorite chords. I guess you guys tell me, what key are you most comfortable in? What key should I play in that you guys are gonna recognize and be comfortable with? Like my personal favorite is F minor, but C major is, you know, the most popular, of course. I don't know if there's a delay on the chat. I feel like I'm asking questions in, okay, E minor, somebody said. I like E minor. E minor, I did a bunch of songs that I'm really proud of in E minor. All right, so we're going to take this pad and we're just going to create some chords for ourselves. F minor, I'm seeing a couple F minors. Unfortunately, E minor was first. We're rocking with E minor. So, you know, this is a little tip. You don't have to start on the E chord just because you're in E minor. We're going to start on the C chord. All right, do that. And we'll put a little third on top. And let's just do, you know what? We could do the secret chords, or if that's boring, maybe we do the C going up to there, and then we'll do Maybe we'll do a little A, um, and then down to a D. And that is a very safe chord progression. It'll sound like this. That's not what I was hearing in my head, though. Ah, that's more like what I was hearing in my head, except, yeah, except we'll just do a B on the bottom, I guess. And then what else has a B? Oh, a G chord. Huh, that worked. Yeah, okay, maybe that's better. All right. So anyway, let's rock with this. Kind of sounds like Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. Okay. Now we're gonna make a lead on top of it, and yeah, we're just gonna go into Serum here, and I'm just gonna pick a little lead. And I like this pack recently. Here we go. Yeah, this is cool, but we're just gonna take the reverb off because we're trying to use KSHMR reverb, you know what I'm saying? So, and just give it a little more tack. Just a little more tack. And let's go to the matrix and let's just open it up a little bit more. All right, cool. Now we're gonna create a melody, and there's probably too much latency for me to play a melody, so let's hear it. All right, guys, I'm just drawing in a little melody. Like something like that. We go to. All right, guys, this is not a great melody or anything. This is just for the purpose of showing you how the reverb works. Let me see if I can do a better sound, because maybe that sound is a way a bit boopy. And yeah, okay, fine. That works for now. And we're going to show you what makes KSHMR reverb sound so cool. And just to make it a little bit more fun, I'm just going to do like a little clap top loop on top of here. Yeah, let's just do. All right. All right, so that what you're hearing right there is like a normal reverb, right? Like this is just reverb, what it sounds like normally. So it makes things sound farther away, right? Like that's what reverb does. It creates this big space, and generally it makes things sound farther away. Now, one thing that I used to do, or if you've ever watched my tutorials, I'll put the reverb at 100% wet, and then I'll group it here. And we make two channels, and then we would call this one reverb, and we would call this one dry, meaning that this channel doesn't have any reverb. This one is all reverb, and then we adjust our reverb like this. And that way, we would have the dry signal, meaning the no reverb sound, be unaffected. Its volume would always be full volume, and then we're just adjusting the reverb. But with KSHMR reverb, you don't have to do that. That's a super annoying process, and we just took that out, and you just switch here, you click on mix, you switch it to reverb volume, and now as you change the reverb volume, the reverb is changing, but the main sound that you started with is not losing any volume at all, which is how it should be. So we just find the right level of reverb that we want. And now we're going to go to our ducking threshold, and we're going to start doing some ducking. So we want the reverb to come down in volume whenever our sound hits. So the reverb is going to be like, you can imagine a little invisible hand that is going down here in volume like this, goes boop. And then next time you get some sound, it goes boop, 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 boop. You know, wherever the sound is, it's basically turning the reverb volume down, just like that. But with KSHMR Reverb, you don't have to do that manually. You can just say, I want ducking. And ducking is that process of an invisible hand turning the volume down. So it sounds like this. Let's make that longer. And now let's do a little bit of, I guess first, before I move on, are there any questions that you guys have about ducking and like the concept of ducking and how that works? What's my favorite key to make music in? I like E minor a lot. I like E minor. I like F minor is probably my bread and butter. What's the difference between ascend reverb and parallel? There's really no difference. The reason that you might want to use ascend down here, the send and returns, is you only have to make one reverb and then you send a bunch of different tracks to it. So like I could send this to it, I could send this to it, and there's only one reverb running, and then there's only one reverb taking up CPU. So it's like a CPU driven, reason that you'd want them all to be in the same place. And then also, if you feel like the reverb should have been slightly different on all of those tracks, you can change it in only one place. But me personally, especially when it comes to leads and important sounds, I don't just send it to one reverb thinking that that's the reverb that's going to work on everything. I make a very specific reverb for that sound, and that's just me. And I think that's most people who make dance music, at least. Can the ducking be sidechained? So right now, the ducking is only sidechained to your original dry signal. And it occurred to me that there might be cases where you want the ducking to consider some other sound when it's deciding to duck, when it's deciding to activate. If you think that's important, we can work on actually having a sidechain input later on. But it felt like the whole point was to make it easier by, not having to do that. Did I play some instrument before I start producing? No. Does the ducking take place of reverb automations in something like Future Bounds? Yes. I mean, it is a shortcut to getting effects like reverse, which I'm about to get into. So after we do our ducking, a common thing that you might see is before KSHMR Reverb, you would take a normal reverb, say go here, and duplicate, create a new chain. So this is our reverb chain all the way, and this is our dry chain. And we're going to put in a volume automation. Just do a little utility. And we'll do something like this, like boom, and go up super loud. And let's make sure I didn't go too loud. That is way too loud. All right, so we're just going to go a little bit less and go down. So we do something like that, right? Where it is. So that is a process that you can set up as well as the ducking. But in KSHMR Reverb, it's just built in. It's one knob. So you just go. So yeah, it makes life easy because instead of having to set up these effect racks, and I know some of you guys are in Fruity Loops that don't even have effect racks, it can become a real pain. So the whole point of Kashmir Reverb is to take these processes, which I'm doing all the time, and to turn them into just a few simple knobs for you guys. Greetings from Mexico. Saludos a México, a toda mi gente de México. Gracias por venir. Y asistir oh, my Spanish is not so good anymore. Esta lección, or, tutor, lesson, I guess? I don't know. Esta clase, esta live stream. On which instruments would you recommend putting ducking? Maybe on vocals. So I think if you put it on vocals, you're going to get, yeah, it depends. So let me show you how you could use it on vocals. I like to use these world vocals here in ethnic and world, in cinematic vocals. Some of these are absolutely dry. So it's interesting, right? Like there's almost no transients in this one. And there is like, yeah, trend and the waveform is pretty consistent. So it's like all the tricks that Kashmir Reverb has kind of depend on knowing when you want it to activate. And when the whole signal is like the same volume, it gets a little bit tough to know when to activate. But in that case, I would say you could just use a little bit of full duck. So when you put full duck at, let's say, like 20%, that means that it's going to say, okay, your volume of your vocal is above this threshold. So we're going to turn down the reverb, but we're not going to turn it down 100%. We're only going to turn it down 20%. So when your vocal is playing, it's only going to get it out of the way like 10, 20%, and this will still sound natural. So you still have space for your vocal and the reverb's not clouding it up, but it's more subtle. And I think with a vocal, you probably don't want a super extreme effect like the reverb totally ducking or reversing, unless you're doing like a vocal chop or something that's supposed to sound more artificial. Let me show other questions. Can I lower the DAW? Yes, I can absolutely lower the DAW. No problemo. I got you. In Audio Hijack, there might even be a way to lower the volume. Let me see here. Advanced. Nope. Don't want to do that. Maybe I would do here and listen to. Is there a volume? All right, guys, we're just gonna turn it down in Ableton like this. Oh yeah. That is a really good point. Okay, the one thing that I left out that I'm being a bad salesman about is Kashmir Reverb also has this octave adder. So you can, for a vocal, this is especially cool. You can add another octave that'll make it sound like she's being accompanied by like a kid's choir. Yeah, let me turn down the full doc. So let me know if you guys can hear that. And if I do a vocal, this would actually be fun to do like with maybe one of Kara's hooks or something. Yeah, let's try this. Oh, this is actually me singing. This is funny. If you guys ever, if any of you want to make a song with this, just know this is this is me singing. Okay, so let's loop that, and then we can put on this effect. I forget if it's in creative, maybe. Children's choir, yeah. And before it sounded like this. It's kind of cool. It really makes it sound like there's like a choir behind you. And I wonder what it would sound like with this one. I really like this. Was really fun when me and Kara were recording these. Yeah, that it's just a really cool effect, and it brings like new tones and frequencies to your instrument that just like aren't there naturally. All right, you have a problem with the reverb, but you already solved it. So sweet, amazing, Gustavo. How do you feel about make uplifting or happy in a minor key? Is it like the atmosphere itself? Do you have any to making a song feel uplifting or happy in a minor key? Yeah, I mean, like just because you're in a minor key, you have all the same major chords available to you as a major key. You're just deciding to start on a minor chord, generally, or it feels like a minor chord is home. So let me show you an example of like a super uplifting song. I think we would call it uplifting. So I'll just do, I think these octavating chords. I call them octavating because they're just alternating between octaves. And I really love this chord progression. It like that, and then that, and then that, and this is going to be MGMT Kids. So. Oh my God, and then Kira comes in. That's hilarious. All right, let's go down a little bit an octave. All right, and then I'll open up the filter. And yeah, I believe those are the chords from Kid. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds more like it. And then the melody is bum 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 bum. So I would call this positive and uplifting. We're in a minor key. So let's take a look at it. We're starting in F sharp minor, and I'll just kind of depends on how comfortable you are just looking at the piano roll. But this is F sharp minor here, and this is D major. And I'll just go up and just do no inversion, just the regular chord. And then this is A major, and then this is E major. So even though we're starting on a minor chord, F sharp minor, we're actually in a major chord at every other chord, right? D major, A major, E major. So this ends up feeling really uplifting, and maybe it saves itself from being too cheesy and too positive by coming back to a minor chord on the one. So that, in terms of the chords, is probably why it feels uplifting. Right, so that is on the chord side pretty uplifting. But then if you look also at the melody that's happening, this melody is almost more like an A major melody. And if you know, F sharp minor and A major are the relatives of each other. They're the exact same notes. So A major is all the same notes as F sharp minor. And if you want, you can play a melody that is kind of more like an A major. Like, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. If we put these notes over each other, what we get is an A major chord, add 9, right? Or add 2. If I take out the 2, this is just an A major chord that we're spelling out. This is the pentatonic scale, which is naturally super happy. It's avoiding all the notes that are dissonant. So like this would be not pentatonic scale, I believe. Yeah, let me turn this off real quick. So you're getting right there, you're getting like a half step note, and the pentatonic scale basically avoids all the half step notes, and that tends to sound really happy. And so this is a minor song, but the melody is focusing on acting like it's like the relative major. And in this case, with F sharp minor, A major is the relative major, and the melody is doing that, even though the chord starts on F sharp minor. Sorry guys, I left the reverse on. If you leave the reverse on and it's too loud, it will just like reverse slope up forever, and just be mindful of that. So what I would do here with the reverb is something more like this. And there you have the reverb is like just swelling in the gaps between these 2 long notes, which is a little bit nicer on the ear. My name is Ayush and I'm a guitarist. Can we collab some songs? I mean, yeah, sure. Just send me some songs. Can we also change the EQ shapes, as we cannot change the shape in Valhalla's verbs? By the way, I'm from Kashmir. Hey, what's up, bro? Fellow Kashmiri in the house. Yes, you can absolutely change the EQ shape, and that's just done here. It looks like any EQ that you're used to using, so you can you can do it all right there, messing with that EQ. All right, how to layer leads. Okay, I'm trying to be better about just not answering every question. Yoshua Hollow Adar, damn. What's up, man? You got my last name too? What a coincidence. Greetings from Mexico. Saludos. Saludos a México. Salud de Colombia. Pero haga guaracha todo bien. I don't know what guaracha is, so yeah, I'm not sure. Sounds great. Can you show me how to use reverb on the snare? Yeah, absolutely, man. I can definitely do that. Jersey Books, what's up, man? Thank you, bro. All right, yeah, I'll quickly show you how to use it on a snare, no problem. I think the one of the best genres to do this on is what you call like synthwave kind of stuff. So go synthwave loops. So yeah, we'll take this guy and put it down to 100, and we'll take out the snare that's there already. Although it does sound pretty sexy. I do like that snare. So we'll just do we're just looping the kick now, and we've got a little hi-hat there to make it groovy. And I will take a snare and go to synthwave snares. Those already have a lot of reverb built in. So let's do this one for now. Maybe that one. God, I'm so fucking picky, guys. Sorry. Let's go to acoustic drums and just pick one from here. All right, we're gonna take that, and we're just gonna do our own reverb with it. So we're just gonna take that bad boy. All right. All right, so then we're gonna put Cashmere Reverb on there. I don't know why, but all my VSTs decided to like not show up right before the stream. I'm gonna have to fix that. But just so you guys know, Cashmere Reverb comes in everything. It comes in VST3, it comes in audio unit, it comes in everything. So don't worry about like, will it work with my DAW? It will work with everybody's DAW. Nothing to worry about there. Okay. So yeah, we've got you know, we've got our snare. We could even probably just go to drums and go to gated snare and just like it would be done off the bat. And then we could decide how long we want it to be. So and if you want to be more natural, and let's see what the other gate snare preset. I'm curious what an octave sounds like. So I think adding the octave is just going to give you higher frequencies, basically. It's just going to give you like a little more sizzle. Yeah, so that's how I would use on drums, and that is a great kind of segue into talking about why the gate function is important. There's a couple of features that I haven't talked about yet. So I just want to go over those real quick and explain tonal reset to you guys, and I'll go back here. So tonal reset is going to it's going to turn the reverb on and off super quick whenever it gets a new transient. So a transient, in case you guys don't know, is if I print it to audio real quick. This will be easier to show you. Right. Let's look at this waveform real quick. You see where Ableton wants to make these warp markers? If I click Command I, it's going to make a mark every time it thinks you're hitting a new note. Right? So you get like a little clicky sound every time a new note hits, and sometimes it thinks there's too many, but this is Ableton trying to interpret when you're hitting a new note based on the waveform. It gets like a little spike in the waveform at the beginning, like there was silence here, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a little spike in audio, and it says, okay, that's a new note. We are doing the same thing in Cashmere Reverb. We are saying, okay, we see a little spike in audio, and we think that's a new note, and then we're going to do effects based on that. And one of the effects is to reset the reverb algorithm. So if we just listen to the completely wet signal. Let's do that. That's a little freaking loud. And if I were to do, here, let's just do one over here. That is like, to show you an extreme example, I'll do some things that are kind of, you know, not going to sound good together. Like, that reverb that you get at the end of it is the mix of like 3 notes that are chromatic, and that sounds not good. That sounds like scary. It doesn't sound like we're in a scale or anything. But if we turn on tonal reset, you're only going to get the reverb of the last one. Here. Oh, maybe the length's too long, and maybe I'm just being a dummy. Here. Also, maybe this thing doesn't have enough adrenaline. Or maybe I'm too do. So let me put on a plucky sound, because this one just doesn't have enough of a transient, I think. All right. All right, there we go. Oops, shit. All right. And now I want to turn this up a little bit. All right, now if we put it back in our mix. This last reverb here is always going to sound like it only applied reverb to the last note instead of giving you all those notes together. So, as opposed to, it's always, the reverb always sounds like that note at the end there. As opposed to, like that one sounds like all three notes together and kind of sounds like a mess, as opposed to that one. There you go. But we did need a little bit more of a transient in order for it to work. And honestly, that's something that I'd like us to get better on, is recognizing new notes better. Is it only by the audio peak or also the MIDI? So unfortunately, like the plugin does not receive any of the MIDI data. The way that DAWs work is MIDI hits here, and then every effect afterwards is just an audio effect, and this might as well be an audio track. So we do not get the MIDI unless you route MIDI directly into our plugin. So in the chord progression, are there major chords along with minor? Yeah. You know why a lot of reverb sound metallic? By the way, not talking about your reverb. We'll try it out today. It's the algorithm. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about what reverb is. Reverb is basically a ton of echoes in a really small space. And if you've ever put a lot of echoes together on accident, it sounds metallic. So you have to do these tricks to smear the echoes, that like there's a little bit of randomization so they're not all happening at the exact same rate, to make it sound like a pretty reverb, a natural reverb. And it's hard to do when you think about, like, if I told you to make something sound like a pretty reverb and all you can do is duplicate the sound a billion times, like it'd be pretty hard for it to make it sound pretty and not metallic. So there's just, yeah, it's really in the algorithm and the creativity of the people developing it to smear it in a way, to smear all those echoes, to kind of, it's like taking paint and taking your thumb over it and just like smoothing it all out, to make it sound like a nice reverb. Would it be possible to make a rumble with the plugin? Yeah, probably. I mean, you could add it to a kick. Can you show us Beat Shifter? Yeah. So Beat Shifter is a it's a plugin that it's just an idea, really. It would take your drums and it would shuffle them and add grooves to them, without needing to like change the MIDI or anything. You just put it on a group. But it was a little hard to make it work on like every drum loop that we gave it, and I wasn't sure if the demand was there from people. So I don't know. If you guys really want it though, is it possible to re-trigger the tonal reset via automation if there are no clear audible transients during the note? It's a great question. Maybe like if we turn it off and on, but I don't know. That's honestly a really good note. And Amar, if you're watching this, or here, I'll just put it in here. Allow MIDI triggering. Oh, I can't write in this thing. Oh, I gotta ask for access. But yeah, Amar, if you're in the chat, just yeah, add that the manual. This is my friend Anthony. Everybody, I'm doing a live stream. All right. $20 is a limited price, but honestly, I really like the $20 price. From the beginning when I was doing Sounds of Kashmir, I wanted it to be cheap enough that almost anybody could afford it. And I know in the past I've done some plugins that are more expensive, but I really like this price point being lower, around $20. And I'm going to try to keep it there for a while, but I think as of now, it's only for like a month or two. You forgot to plug the Sounds of Kashmir 4. It's in your notes. Yeah, okay, that's true. Thank you. let's see, tonal reverb on plucks and drop leads, how to set up reverb properly in recording internal topics, show up in cases. Building a track from scratch. Yeah, if you guys want, I can do that. I can just kind of like build something using Sounds of Kashmir and show you how I'd use the reverb in there. Using the reverb on drums is super fun as well. Here, I'll just clear out all the shit and let's start from scratch. I can even show you guys a beat shifter plugin and see if you think it's worth something worth, developing down the road. But here, let's not confuse things. So let's let's just make our own drums. Because that would be more fun. Here, let's go. I do love a good stomp, so we're gonna go down and kick, hip hop kicks, and oh, I didn't put them in hip hop this time. Okay. All right. How familiar are you guys with Kashmir, Sounds of Kashmir? And did you guys just get it off Splice, or do you have the full complete edition? I'm curious. Oh, that's a sexy one. Yeah. What's up? Greetings a Gustavo Manuel de Argentina. And congratulations on your World Cup to Argentina. All right. Yeah. Let's do that, and let's do maybe have another kick. Just I don't know, maybe that one. And that one. And then I really like in here we have kick tools, we got ghost kicks. Which just sound like little baby kicks. But they're super useful. Yeah. Alright, let's just use this one. Can't be sitting here coming up with kicks all day. And let's do like a little clap. Do a little clap, and main claps do have yeah, that one's kind of cool. And let's take off the reverb because we're gonna add our own reverb, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go add that little Kashmir reverb, you know what I'm saying? All right, and do this, do a little shaker. Love these shakers. We tell you how we made each shaker. Egg. Got a little egg, got a little seasoning. Got a little square, I don't even know what that means. A little sugar. All right, we got, didn't do the best job organizing, but let's, yeah, okay. So, and we do like a little swing around here. So let's do a little swing, and this will help guide us. So this will let us know how much we're swinging. These little eighth note shakers. And let's slow it down. And let's do a little that wasn't fast enough. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we'll do gate so that we can control the release on some of these. And then maybe a little. All right, guys, that sounds kind of cool. And now let's try a little bit Kashmir reverb and see where it fits in. And you know what? I'll probably use here. Let's do this on the clap, or let's just do on the whole thing for starters and see how it's working. And let's do a little. And I think that it might be wise to put the to put the shakers on a different track. And my reasoning for that is there's so many of them that when you are trying to get the reverb to duck, it's going to be ducking all the time, and you don't want that. So let's put these on a separate track. And let's do a little reverse. And we could even roll. And we could make this, I think that sounds already pretty cool. And I would maybe just go with, here, let's do, I'm going to keep it in the KSHMR family, you know what I'm saying? And let's just put a little bit of baby reverb on our shaker now. And not to confuse things, I'll just delete these other tracks off of here. Very annoying that you can't shift select all those, but you can shift select all these and delete those like that. And we just did it. Boom. And you know, this is where like Valhalla doesn't work for me. I always found it really tough to find like a nice small room reverb for drums. So over here, if we go to small, like this sounds much more natural to me than stuff I find with Valhalla. I love Valhalla, by the way, just saying. And maybe I'll do like a little, let's do like a little lo-fi kind of vibe on the whole thing. And all right, cool. That's already the start of something kind of nice. And yeah, guys, I'm out here coughing. I got COVID, yo. I'm gonna die. What should I add next? You guys want to hear like a vocal or an instrument on this thing? Maybe. Maybe that kick, if we're gonna go for the lo-fi vibe, is like a little too heavy, and I could do a different kind of kick on there. But I'm just showing you guys, really what I want to do is show you how like the reverb and the suction effect can just add so much. So here it is without it. Here it is without it. Boom. And then with it. Yeah, we could have bass. Absolutely, we could have bass. Bass is always fun. And let's go over here to go to KSHMR Sounds, and here I have a funky electric bass, but oh my god, all my VSTs aren't working today, so I feel like this is not. Yeah, it's gonna pop up and it's gonna be like, nah, we don't like you. I know it's coming. But it's okay. I mean, I'll just have to do with an audio unit because for whatever reason, that's just the case today. Yeah, it's just, man, it's just being a jerk. It's just not like nothing even appearing. All right, that's okay. That's cool, guys, because I'll just do it from scratch with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We out here together. We in this together, baby. All right. So here's how I would do like a funky bass. I'd probably pull up, let's see, one of my favorites. There's a Scarby, which is always nice. And then there is a shreddage, which is cool. I do like the shreddage. Let's some lo-fi synth loops from SOK4. Yeah, I got you for sure. We can do that. So yeah, so we got a little bass, and then we're just gonna go into, I guess, guitar rig and see what they got for a little bass sound for us. And where's my guitar rig? Yeah, dude, look at this. Just nothing. I'm just really struggling here. All right. All right, so let's see. I don't even know if I ever entered a serial into the audio unit version. Hopefully it just is cool and knows. I'm getting scared with adding all these plugins. Okay. All right, let's do bass. Let's see what this sounds. Too much. Oh, whatever. That's probably fine for now. And then let's see what kind of loop that we want to put on top of it. And yeah, okay, we'll go to synths and we'll go to lo-fi loops. I like this one. I remember distinctly making this one, so I'm a little biased, but let's just see. All right, and now I'm feeling like our loop is maybe too aggressive for this, so let's just take a different kick here and go to, I don't know, maybe acoustic kicks. Maybe this guy. So instead of big old stomp, we'll just do like something more chill. Let's see here. Or just maybe just the ghost kick the whole time, honestly. And then let's take these shakers and let's just move them to the right a little bit. Or a trick that I like to do for that is I go to my audio effects and I go to delay and I just say push slightly forward. And this way I can just control how much they are getting shifted to the right. So we go. All right, now let's maybe do a little retro color. If I got it, this is like really testing if how many things I have in audio in it. You gotta be careful with the wobble. It'll make your drums get like way off time. And let's see, I never really use this one, Decimort. I keep telling myself I'm gonna, but this... And then on this one, I think we can do quite a bit of wobble, and we'll put this on. And we'll really make it flutter a little bit. No, not that much. All right, and we're in G, so I'm might just cheat here and drag it into Melodyne. Guys, my even or not is like pretty crap. I never trust my ear. It's just always quicker if I do this. So we do C, E, B, C. Is that right? Let me confirm with, how it actually sounds, but yes. C, E, B, C. C, E, B, C. All right. All right, let's see what it sounds like. C. All right. Okay, that does feel right. And then, yeah, B minor there. Okay. So here we go. Take it in. And then we want to definitely just kind of, we can even put this. That's just like too wonky, like, so we probably do something like. And then you can do, we could do like little. And I'm getting enough really into like making a whole beat here. I hope I'm not boring you guys, but me personally, I like to do a lot of pitch bends with the bass. And I think we're probably getting +2 pitch bend right here. So we go do something like half of 8191 is something like 4,000, blah, blah, blah. And we do something like that. Let me make sure. Yeah. So, just for sake of time, guys, I'll probably just repeat that, and then we'll add some variation. So, boom, and then B, and then C. Sounds weird when it bends, though. Oh, because it doesn't have the, okay, got it. Yeah, it doesn't have the, okay, that's cool. We'll just do like a hammer-on kind of thing here. Like, so hammer-on is when you just like, you go like, you just take like, the note that you want, you just play the note under it first. So, yeah. So that happened just like a little too slow, but that's the idea. We just go like this. And, and instead of doing that, because that sounds kind of whack, you could just do. This is not great or anything, guys, but you get the vibe. This is how we could quickly make something kind of lo-fi. And if we want to put, a fun effect that we could do on here is just take a few things and we could put Kashmir Reverb on. Oh my God, I just start typing in Valhalla. It's just like, I'm so used to typing in Valhalla. That's really funny. All right. And we could put in a long one and. So we could just take a few select things and we can add like an octave and within Kashmir Reverb and we could maybe, yeah, let's just see how this sounds. So yeah, guys, let's see. Anything else that I would do on this? I mean, maybe I would take Cashmere essentials and put it on the bass. And do you guys actually, this is a good time to ask. And if I haven't promoted it, by the way, Cashmere Reverb is out now for $20, dharmaworldwide.com. Sorry, I'm really bad at promoting. But yeah, if you guys use Cashmere Essentials, we're starting to think about Cashmere Essentials version 2. Could you tell me what you guys would be interested in seeing in Cashmere Essentials volume 2? That would be really helpful for me to know. If somebody's texting me, by the way, I can't see it because my phone is literally being used as my camera right now. And if I open my text message, then the whole chat will see it. So yeah, if you're texting me, it's important. Just know here. Maybe I'll just quickly switch over to here, just go to Discord, and I'll quickly switch over to this camera, which is slightly crappier. And now I'll check my text just in case my team is like, you're not doing this or that or whatever. Let me see. I bet you it's just like a YouTube thing. All right. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm back. One sec. All right, got my little clipper there. All right. Yeah, if you have an iPhone, using that as your did that work? No. Okay. 1 second. Using that as your camera is incredible. It is the best looking camera you could get. It's gonna be better than any webcam. And that was a pro tip that my friend in the last stream told me about. All right, anyway, you guys don't give a shit. All right. We're back. We're back. All right. Do you use the same license for PC and Mac from your Reverb plugin? Yeah, I mean it's the same. I think it's the same license. Yeah. Have you ever used samples from other producers on your track songs or just samples? Yeah, definitely. Let me show you guys. When I was working on my album, and the code name for it was Big Bear, Harmonic and Dramata album. I put together basically I got a big library of my favorite sounds. Me and my friend Moody did it. He's my partner on all things production. And this is what it looked like. So it was lots of packs that we turned into our own categories like top loops, full loops, cool riffs, Bollywood samples. There's some cool stuff. La 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 la. So anyway, that artist samples. I love Oliver stuff, of course. I don't need to play it. You guys already know. My friend Felix Snow has so many good ideas. Yeah, he's just a genius. So yeah, and Evigan, I use a lot of other people's samples. Absolutely, yeah. You can add a sidechain effect in Cashmere Essentials too. Man, that is such a good point. I was literally thinking of that. When you think of a sidechain effect, how do you imagine that working, Team Star? Like if you have like a synth, like the synth setting on instrument, you would have like a sidechain as one of the knobs that you could do. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Choirs type drones for background mood. Yeah, choirs type drone. RC, what made you think of that? That's funny. Actually, that was something that I had thought of is just something that just gives you atmosphere. Like that is the whole plugin, just gives you atmosphere. Yeah, I'd love to know what you were thinking when you said that. Yeah, Slava, I've seen like all your covers and I love them. You're amazing, man. Big shout out to Slava. He's an incredible pianist. Will there be an update with synced pre-delay? Yeah, that's something we could do. Amar, if you don't mind writing that down as well, having tempo synced pre-delay in Kashmir Reverb would be a great update. Like volume ducking. If a kick is playing, it ducks the volume of the leads. Yeah, that's a really smart idea, and that's something I had thought about. Like if you have Kashmir Essential on your kick and it's set to the kick setting, then all of the other channels that have the synth setting on it will react to your kick playing. If you wanted to sidechain, it can sidechain. Mándame un saludo a Jesus Alair Macedo Maldonado. What's up, bro? ¿Conoce el género aleteo o circuit de Colombia? No, no conozco bien a esos géneros. ¿No conoce a Fumorato? No. No. Tiene que enseñarme. Release day of the new Desi hip hop album. Bro, all I can say is I'm doing the best that I can. Getting the videos aligned and everything, it's just like it's taking a little bit of time and trying to confirm all the songs with everybody. So yeah. Is there any more questions that you guys have about Kashmir Reverb? Because I'd love to keep telling you about it. Show you how to do reverse vocal. Okay, so if you want to, the way that reverse works in Kashmir Reverb is you have a sound, it creates a reverb that reverses into the next sound. Now, if you want the reverb to reverse into the first sound, like so there's no sound at all, just the reverse goes into a sound, you have to print the audio. There's just no way around that. Like we can't go backwards in time and create a reverse into your sound other than you printing the audio. It's the only way that you can do it. So let me show you what both examples look like. So there's probably vocal chops in here. Here, let's do kids singing. So it's cool. God, I didn't realize my fridge made so much noise until today. It'd be making a lot of noise. We're gonna try it on both of these. We'll see which one sounds better. And let's just put like a little bit of drum so it's not so boring. And we're gonna turn off the reverb on this guy. And let's see what the reverse sounds like here. Can you guys hear that? Or does it somebody say that's too low? Oh, the price of the plugin is low. Yeah, baby, the price of the plugin is only $20. So that is reversing, like, that is the Kashmir Reverb way of reversing. And over here. You can hear we're creating these swells, right? And it's super fun. But if you wanted it to, let's just say you wanted the classic, like like it comes before the vocal. Like it's just a matter of it not being physically possible to do a reverse before. So what you would have to do is we could put Cashmere Reverb on here, and I would first reverse this. So I go over here, I reverse it. Now what you got is this, right? It's a little reverse of the first note. And then we're going to add some, and we don't even need any of this stuff. We can just add, here, let's do even just full mix. And then we take that and we print it, right? And then we flatten that. And now we reverse it again. And what we've done is we've put the reverb on a signal that's reversed. And then when we reverse that whole thing again, it comes before the audio and it sounds like this. But you could pretty much accomplish that with Cashmere Reverb, just doing like, you know, taking this, saying, let's just screw all that for a second. I have this loop and I want it to reverse. It's a matter of like, do you want to save a ton of time and for it to be way easier and to like be really for it to be really easy to control like the suction and the ducking of it, then Cashmere Reverb does the job. But for this, like coming before the vocal, yeah, unfortunately, it's just like it's like the space-time continuum doesn't allow you to make something come before something without printing it and placing it over there. I have a question about the Dharma Worldwide website tutorial section. Could you please add some filters to sort the videos by videos from old to new? That is crazy if we don't do that already. Oh, to reverse it. To reverse it because you've seen the new ones and you want to see the old ones. Okay, Amar, if you don't mind writing that down as well. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Dharma Worldwide asks, can you run through some of the different reverb presets that the plugin has? And how did you come up with the names? Yeah, for sure. So it wasn't just me who came up with the reverb presets. So I can't like take responsibility for all of them, but let's just take a look at the ones for vocals because we're on a vocal right now. And so this one is called just vocal plate. This seemed like it was just nice, pretty. A plate tends to be very shimmery and it's, you know, it's not realistic. It's like a technologically driven, you know, beautiful plate. So yeah, it's called a vocal plate. This is a really tight vocal plate. And the tonal reset is on there to make it sound as if whenever you hear the reverb, it's using like the fewest amount of different notes. It's using just the most recent note to give you the reverb. And so this one almost sounds like a slap delay because it's just like really tight. It's really short length. So yeah, a lot of good vocal ones there. The drum ones are fun, and of course the creative ones are super fun. Let me go in here to just pick some drums out for you guys so I can show you what on like a percussion loop that's pretty dry, if I can find one, what it will sound like. Yeah. Yeah, this one has nice bass in it too. And let's just make it about the same tempo. And here. Let's just let's go to drums and let's go to perks and let's hear it. What I love about it is the second that you put it on, The presets in Kashmir Reverb are just as subtle as you would want them to be for that purpose. So like when you're putting a little bit of room reverb on a percussion loop, this is how much you want. And most plugins would give it to you like this. And then you'd have to adjust. And it's not hard to adjust, but it's just nice that it comes the way that it should be. And this sounds like a really nice, natural room to me. And then if we go to, let's see. So we call this breathing top drums. And yeah, the idea is there. It sounds like the reverb is breathing, which I think is super cool. And you can adjust the ducking to taste, so. Yeah, so there you go. That's breathing drums. Let's see if we have anything cool in the creative. Let's see. I think when we did this one, it's called Atmosphere Glue, and I think it was like if I take something that's meant to be more atmospheric, this one would sound better than on drums. So if I go to vocal, and we have so much atmospheric stuff. If you guys haven't checked out Sounds of Kashmir Volume 4, there's everything. So let's see what this sounds like. Oh. That one has so much reverb on it already. And whatever. I'm not going to try to justify that one. Maybe that's just a shitty preset. I don't know. Background atmosphere. So yeah, if I let's just take a vocal that doesn't have reverb on it yet. And here. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. A little loud maybe, but yeah, it kind of turns it into atmosphere. And if we were to pitch her down even like quite a bit, I think it would just get like this deep rumble kind of. Yeah, it sounds really nice. Let's see. And then children's choir here. Why is it? Oh, ducking. Maybe even mix makes sense here. Adds a nice octave to it. Creative balance. Let's see. Let's keep going. God, I'm getting a lot of like static. Yeah, there's a lot of good presets in there. Thanks for the great question, Dharma Worldwide. Who already has Kashmir Reverb? Oh, is Sounds of Kashmir 5 in the works? That is amazing. No, definitely not. I mean, that is such a big undertaking. And I have not started on it yet. But I would love suggestions for, what you guys want to hear in there. Any specific instruments you guys want to see the reverb on? Yeah, do let me know about that. Concentrate mostly on the mids, yeah. Yeah, God, I love duduk. Somebody mentioned duduk. I love that sound. Slowly unbuttons another button. Did I unbutton the... Is it too many buttons? I remember a reverb trick you showed on Dharma Worldwide. It was a bit complex to do just with Ableton. This plugin makes those tricks easier, right? Yeah, pretty much every trick that I've showed you guys in my tutorials with reverb is available in Cashmere Reverb, and instead of all that setup, you just twist these knobs. Like you just put the reverb on and start twisting these knobs, and you get every single effect that I've ever talked about, from full duck to fade and duck to gate, soft transient, tonal reset. These are all effects I've explained before that have taken me like, a while to explain, and now they just work with these buttons, with these knobs. You like to see a lot more church bells in sample packs? Okay. That's crazy request. I mean, I've done church bells, but not enough, apparently. I thought that was enough for a lifetime, but I guess not. Cashmere Ton Studio, TON Studio. I love the name Cashmere Reverb. Yeah, I know. Really original, super original. Yeah, that was the best we could come up with. Hey, bro, Bavia here. Is it possible to activate both the octaves on the Reverb plugin just for some creative uses? No, not currently. But I can ask Amar. Maybe it's worth asking, like if people hold shift, if they could have both high and low octave sent. Possible for Cashmere Reverb to have convolution. I think that's just a whole different algorithm. Yeah, I don't know. That I think that would just be a whole different thing. Talk to us about multiband compression on reverb for the leads. Do you usually process your reverb like that? So yeah, honestly, a lot of people do compression on a lead after reverb, and the reason is you bring the reverb out. Like in all the dead space where your synth isn't playing, the compressor is going to lift the volume of the reverb. Now, with Cashmere Reverb, you can do that without the compressor. So let me show you the effect that we were doing already. And this was... Whoa, slow it down. Whoa, this effect delay duck is actually super sick on the right thing. So I just put on this vocal and it sounds really good. That is pretty sick already. I'm so proud of like all the unique effects Cashmere Reverb gives you that just like, it's just not another reverb. It's so much more. That is super sick. Okay, sorry, just getting excited about myself. Let's do like a simple reverse. Let's do, where's the reverse stuff? Where's the reverse stuff? You would think it would just be, I would just call it like reverse something, but no, that would be too simple. There. Okay, now we need to do it like this. Okay, size up and length up. So the question about like when people use multiband compression after the reverb, like if I were to do an OTT, just a really extreme example, right? And let's just turn the amount down a little bit. It's gonna bring out that reverb like crazy. And we could just put a normal reverb on there and you would you would get it coming up here. I'll just duplicate Kashmir Reverb, and I'll take off the reverse. And let me put on like another compressor here. Oops. So you end up getting that effect where like the reverb isn't very loud over the vocal, and then it's kind of picks up here in this gap because there's no audio, so the compressor starts like really lifting it up. And this is, I mean, it's like a roundabout way to get the same effect that you already get in Kashmir Reverb. And you could use them together. Maybe that sounds nice. But I think if what you really want is swells, Kashmir Reverb does that the right way. And this is kind of like, it's adding a lot of things that don't have anything to do with the swells in order to get the swells. Anyway, I think that sounds really good, and that's just Kashmir Reverb doing its reverse, doing its fade and duck. And just to put it in perspective, guys, this is what it sounded like before. And then this is what it sounds like after. Take a shot every time he says Kashmir Reverb. Dude, I'm trying to promote my product, man. Give me a break. It took multiple years to make this since the beginning of the idea. So yeah, any cool modulation tricks with the plugin? I mean, as in any reverb, you can adjust the hall and the size and get really cool tricks. So let me show you what that sounds like. Like we adjust the size there, and yeah, so we do it like that. And anytime you're adjusting it, you almost get like this pitching effect. Which is pretty fucking sick, actually. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I hope you guys. Would you say it's necessary to automate any of the effect knobs in Kashmir Reverb, or can it just be done right in the plugin? Yeah, the point is so you can just do it right there in the plugin. This is the first time I've honestly automated anything with Kashmir Reverb. Automating the size of the reverb gives you that cool pitching effect. You know, that's kind of specific if you want to use that or not. Oh, that's so cool. This guy said, I saw you live at Nova SD a couple weeks back. I heard your speech from Icon Collective, and it was a tipping point for me to move to California and pursue music production. Thank you. I love you. Man, that is so sweet. I'm so happy about that, man. Yeah, I put a lot of love and thought into that speech, and it's cool that it meant that much to you. What is your opinion on ducking versus compressing both signals? So, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. Like, you could duck, or you could just have the reverb be low volume and then run the whole thing through a super crazy compressor to bring it up in the space. Like, this is more natural. You know, to duck your reverb is more natural than to slam everything so that you get a ducking effect just out of like sheer sausage creation. You don't, and the main reason for that is you don't want to necessarily compress the shit out of your original sound, What you do want to do is lower the volume of the reverb when your sound plays. But if it means every time you do that, you have to compress the shit out of your original sound, it's just kind of like limiting your options. Um, you don't want to have to smash your sound in order to get that effect. Some people say that K-pop is based around you. It's sad to realize that in the songs where your samples are used, that doesn't say anything about you. That's what I signed up for, guys. When I made samples, I wanted people to use my sounds to make great music. And the point was so, they didn't have to stop and say, oh, yeah, and Kashmir did it. And, if I did that every time with a sample, like every time I use a sample, when the song comes out, I got to point out everyone who made a sample in the track, like that would just be crazy. That's not what it's about. It's still an amazing feeling that I know when I hear a great song that I contributed to making it possible. I've had a great career, guys. Like I've made tons of money and make tons of money off of the sample packs. I have nothing to complain about. So if people make songs using my samples, it's just only a good thing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like I only feel positive things about it. I never feel like, oh damn, they should have mentioned me. Never, 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 never. What is your favorite feature of your reverb? So I mean, all the stuff that I'm mentioning, the reverse is really cool. The ducking is really cool. This tonal reset is like particularly annoying to set up in real life outside of the plugin. You have to quickly automate on and off your reverb because that's the only way to get it to forget about like the old tones. So when you do one note and the reverb is lingering, if you want that reverb to get killed and to get only the reverb on your new note, you want that reverb to be fresh and not have all the other tones, you just have to turn it off and on. And then you get this weird clicking sound. And with Kashmir Reverb, it's just a button. It's just one button. I mean, it's just so awesome. And also, I'm making effect tracks all the time because I like to do my effects in parallel, like delay and reverb. And I don't have to do that anymore with Kashmir Reverb. I just switch it to reverb volume mode. And now I just control the reverb volume, and the dry signals volume is just perfectly the same. What's the next Kashmir plugin? Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm still trying to figure that out. I've written down some ideas, but yeah, I'm still not 100% sure what it will be, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I know, Mr. Dharma Worldwide. And I think you knew that I didn't have the answer to that question. But I could quickly, I mean, just for fun, I could show you guys what this does. Here, let's see if it will even work. Let's just put a hi-hat in here, and I'll show you what the concept is for a plugin that would add groove to your track. Even though I think it's being put on hold indefinitely, I am curious to see what you guys think. Let's see if it will work with this. Okay, and let's see if it will work. Oh, it's doing that thing where I gotta do my security preferences because I haven't used it in forever. Security, general, allow anyway. It's never gonna show up now, is it? Open. Yeah, okay. All right, so shift distance. Ooh. All right, so shift distance, beat division. Beat division should be a, so what, like 16? So you see it's adding shuffle, it's adding groove to it, but it's It's like, but it creates artifacts, and it's really hard to make it sound clean. Honestly, is just the truth, and I think that's why it's not gonna work unless something really crazy happens with the technology. Yeah, it adds groove, but it's at the price of quality, and I'm not sure if that's the right move. Um, so you have to delete your other reverb plugins? No, you don't have to delete your other reverb plugins, but I think the Kashmir Reverb offers you a lot more options than they do. Absolutely. What's your favorite reverb type for percussion? Um, it really depends. I mean, if you want it to sound big, then you can go with a hall, but I think generally a room or a plate. But yeah, mostly a room. But hall and room, it's like you could just make a really short hall and it's like a room at that point. Like a hall is just a big ass room. So yeah, I'm not totally sure, yeah, why you can't just use a hall. I see above mastering plugin would absolutely crush it. You know, Mastering is like serious business. You're playing with somebody's whole master. You want your effects to not be messing with the phase of their song, and I don't know. It's kind of high level, and there's already good mastering stuff, and I don't know. I don't know. Can you please show what preset you did to create the drop from karate? Dude, that was like 4 computers ago. I don't know. Um, I mean, I think I pretty much have that on my one silent pack that I did, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna. We ain't got time for all that, you know what I'm saying? Um, you should do a live session where I listen to songs that you guys produced. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Um, so yeah, guys, I mean, maybe I could call it around here unless you have any other questions. Um, I see. Can you show us any new release song project? I mean, not really. It's hard to just start playing random shit and make sure that I don't play the wrong thing. But there's something that I started on with a guy in Kashmir actually. And I thought that was really, really, really cool. And I could just play like a real brief snippet of it. But sometimes I play music and then like by the time it comes out, you guys are so over it. Um, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna play music because then you guys get so bored. I made this funny TikTok which I can like where I made a beat in the TikTok and it's pretty cool if you guys want to see that. Let me see here. I think this is it. This is me watching a TikTok of myself. This is really weird. But yeah, we'll be posting this soon. Oh wait, you guys probably can't hear this. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, you can't hear this. Uh yeah, right. That doesn't even make sense. Um Audio hijack, can I do it here? Um do. Your running applications, I'll quickly do QuickTime. And this is still running. That's still good. And now you should be able to hear it. All right, guys, today we are going to sample an old Bollywood movie from the 90s. Let's see how it goes. So 90s. I really like the vocal in particular, so let's see if we can pull that out. All right, now it's time for the beat. I made two, so tell me which one you like better. This one? Or this one? And then, I mean, maybe?
Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a.
All right, guys, there you have it. Which one did you like more, one or two? Oh, shit. That's so funny, man. I feel like all my Indian people out there will definitely appreciate seeing Salman Khan just dancing with Future, just going super hard. Oh man, that was great. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else I can do for you? Yeah, mashup songs. I don't know. The trend of mashup song. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, like music is headed to this like completely crazy just like super short attention span. How can we just like, blow your mind and give you a quick dopamine hit? Which I guess was like that was always music. It's just now you get so much of it. It's crazy, you know. But any tips on getting signed to Dharma? I think just send in your music. Like we listen to all that music that comes in. So submissions or demos at Dharma Worldwide. I think it might be demos at Dharma Worldwide. I mean, just send it to both submissions and demos at dharmaworldwide.com. And yeah, put more tutorials on Dharma production. Okay, I will. I'm already working on more tutorials. And I'm so tempted to tease just like a little bit of some music with you guys. Yeah, I mean there's this song is just so sick. I'm just gonna play like this quickest snippet of of this one here. Let's just not save because fuck it. All right, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm just gonna play like a super quick snippet of this one. I was going through so many mixes and finally just went with this.
और मेरी आदत जेबें हैं फटी तो मैं जनाब अब लेके चलता लौंडो को जो पुस्सी भर दे आकर तेरे बाप अब है खड़े तो ना दिखा तू ताकत छीनू आके तेरा टीवी मुझको ना दिखा ये नाटक हमें आफत माँ कसम मैं आता वहाँ से जा पे कंधा दे तू तेरे कंधे काटे आंखें चोरी कर तू मारे आके तेरे अंदर चाटे मारे अंधे चाटे कर ले बंदवाज बंदों को दिखा दे सर पे किसके ताज है आजा लगे भूख खा जा निकनेम भरा बना भूत डाला तेरा सीना था भूत मेरा काड़ा बोल मुझे पापा मैं नहीं तेरा बाबा लेके चौड़ी छाती पिटा चौकीदार भी मुंह पे माँ की गाली इसकी चैन छीन सुबह
All right, that's all I'm gonna play. That's all I'm gonna play. Just the quickest little snippet. All right, I love you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. KSHMR Reverb is out now, and it's only $20. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. And yeah, that's it. I guess that's the end of my stream. Parceros.